Everyone, Courtney Ponce here at Colony High School, where UCLA commits TJ Leaf of Foothills Christian and Lonzo Ball of Chino Hills High School will be going head-to-head in the CIF Southern Section Open Division State semifinal game. The Chino Hills Huskies come here tonight after defeating the Emmanuel Eagles last week 103-71, and they also tied the state record, exceeding over 100 points per game 18 times so far this season. Meanwhile, the Foothills Christian Knights come here after defeating Mater Dei in a very close game, 50-46. The Chino Hills Huskies are ranked #1 in the nation and #1 in the state of California, but the Knights are trying to make a name for themselves as well, ranked #6 in the state of California and 18 in the nation. With more on this semifinal round, here's Tom Kiss.
Thanks, Courtney. You know, tonight is a UCLA basketball fan's dream. You're going to see a list of 4 potential candidates that will be going to UCLA. 2 of them, Lonzo Ball and TJ Leaf. Those are the 2 big stars that will be there next year, hopefully to save Steve Alford's job. As far as Foothills Christian goes, they played Chino Hills tough, lost by 20 the first time and only 2 points the second time. Foothills Christian, to come up big tonight, they're going to need 3 players for them to make a difference. Obviously, TJ Leaf, he averages 28 points a game, as well as Luis Salgado, his 11.5 points a game, and Amaji Smith, 10.5 points a game. And it starts tonight with Foothills Christian. Courtney, back to you.
Thanks, Tom. The Knights are trying to do something that has not yet been done this season, and that is to beat the Chino Hills Huskies. Maybe the 3rd time will be a charm for the Foothills Christian Knights. We've got the highlights coming your way.
Semi-final round from Colony High School. LaMelo's going to get Chino Hills started with this 3-pointer. And LaMelo again inside Elizjah Scott. He finishes 2, 5-0 start. A timeout was called by Foothills Christian. Then Alonzo off this miss, then a steal, and he's going to get an assist to Jello. It's an 11-0 start. TJ Leaf would need a big game tonight. He did get that one great move here and one. Lonzo wanted to travel. Then another key we talked about, Luis Salgado with a 3 off that pass right here. He only finished with 5 points on the night though. But the big story for Chino Hills tonight would be Onyeka Okongwu, the freshman. 19 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, a tip in right there. Then Leaf running the break. In addition to Amaji Smith, the only 2 he had, only 19-16, end of the first quarter. Turnover, Lonzo's going to kick it over to LiAngelo. He's going to lay it in, then watch this sequence for Foothills Christian. Leaf's going to get the ball inside. He's going to turn and throw it down with authority. 34 points on the night. Then alley-oop, 2 more. Then he's going to get a steal. He's going to kick it out. They're going to give it back inside to him. Keeps it at a 7-point game with this jam at the end of the half. 3rd quarter action, Lonzo going to get the ball in the corner for 3. Got it. Then he's going to get a steal right here. He's going to lay it in. 2 more of the 19 points that he had on the night. Then Leaf inside. He's going to draw the foul right here. Foul trouble kept the Huskies off him. Scott had 4. Lonzo had 4. Then Onyeka. 15-footer. Good. Hills in the second half keeping that 14-point cushion. Then Lonzo Ball's going to take it all the way and lay it in. Then LaMelo on the inbounds. Going to take it right down the middle. Look at this little floater over everybody. 2 more points for him. He ended up with 7 on the night. Then D for Chino Hills, Onyeka, with 1 of his 3 blocks right there on TJ Leaf. LaMelo penetrates, dishes to Jello. 2 points for him. He ended up with 14 points on the night. Then Leaf, down low, still down by 14 points. Lonzo Ball played with 4 fouls most of the 4th quarter. Hits this shot right there. Then watch the hustle at the freshman in this sequence. Okongwu's going to get it, turn, 2 more points. And something we haven't seen from the Huskies is slow down. Lonzo, top of the key, kicking it out to Scott for 3. It goes down. And follow this sequence. Off the tip from Okongwu, Lonzo to Mello to Jello to Lonzo to Jello. 4-2 and a foul. Leaf shows how tough he is down low. He slams this. Down by 20 and a 3. Then Leaf again with the slam. Then it's showtime. Mello to Scott. Look out. 2 more for him. And one last highlight. Lonzo Ball going to get it. Beats TJ Leaf there inside to Okongwu. Big win, Huskies.
All these guys in foul trouble. Are you nervous at all on the bench when you're playing?
We're a little concerned, but you know what? We've been playing in situations like this all year. You know, Lonzo's had 4 fouls in the first half. You know, and we trust him enough to make the right decisions. Eli makes the right decision. Has been in situations like that all year. So these guys are a veteran team, and we're fortunate to have that as our advantage.
4 fouls. What were you thinking when you picked up that 4th right at the end of the 3rd quarter?
I know when I get 4, I gotta lay off. But before that, basically game plan was just to help out on O. O can hold his ground, but if we have help, we felt like we were going to beat the odds, and follow the game plan, we got to win.
Yeah, but right after that, when you guys came out in the 4th quarter, I mean, you guys lit it up. What did you guys talk about in the huddle right there?
Just come out and win. Nobody wants us to be the last game. We came too far to let it all go down. We just left it out there in the 4th quarter, and the chips fell in our hands.
Really a change. This game became a hard than the previous 2 matchups, and that helped us get the W.
How hard was it to play against Leaf down there? He's got to be one of the tougher players you played against.
He's the best player I played against this season. He's a great player, and I wish him the best, but he's really tough to guard. And hopefully I did my best.
Against a guy who's going to UCLA next year and you're only a freshman, I mean, that doesn't happen. Coach, you can back me up on that one. I mean, you've been around basketball for a long time. The way you played tonight was unbelievable.
No, O was huge. He was great. I mean, we had a different, game plan against him. You obviously saw how frustrated TJ was in the first half. And, O did a better job. He was much more aggressive, but, it was a team effort. You saw Zoe flying around getting steals from behind. Jello did an unbelievable job doubling, making it hard, to get the ball to TJ even. And, all our guys, it took all 5 guys to guard TJ.
No, TJ got his, but at the same time, we felt we had a better team, and he came out and did what we were supposed to do.
Lonzo, you get to face Bishop Montgomery again, and that was kind of your worst game, at least shooting-wise. What's your thoughts on getting another opportunity to face them?
I'll be ready to go.
What are the challenges they offer?
It's another team in the way. Teams can watch us as much as they want, but at the same time, you got to play at that fast pace. And eventually you're going to get tired. I felt in the 4th quarter they ran out of stamina, and that's when we picked it up and blew it over.
Let's talk about that. I saw Michelle tweet it. We've never seen you guys slow the game down this year.
Actually, use the shot clock a couple times there.
Talk about that change in strategy.
Like a couple games left, so if you're up by 20, there's no need to keep running with 2 minutes left. So we felt we'd just slow it down, just control the time. We can do that. You can always slow down, but you can't always speed up. And we have a unique team where we can do both.
Coach, I had a talk with Mr. Simmons from CIF, and they're going to make a couple of changes to accommodate more of the Chino Hills fans. I mean, it's been rough for a lot of people to see you guys, and talk about how the importance of finishing these guys' career out with their fan base watching them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I told Zoe this is the last time he's going to play that he played in the high school gym. From now on, he's just going to be playing in arenas, and so he's used to that. We played in all sorts of different gyms, arenas, and so I'm happy about it because our fans have been unbelievable this year, and so it's great. For example, when we played at the Honda Center, to give everybody just that peace of mind that they're going to get a seat. I never thought it was going to be this crazy, but and whoever really thought and prepared for that, these guys, what they're doing is obviously special. High school basketball hasn't seen this in a long time, so. I'm glad they're doing all they can to really accommodate our fans.
LiAngelo, what do you guys need to do to beat Bishop Montgomery in this next game?
We just got to come out and play our hardest, set the pace on defense first, and then now carry over into offense, and we'll be ready to go from there.
LaMelo, you're going to play against some tough guards again in Bishop Montgomery. What do you guys need to do, guard play, defensively and offensively this next game?
Just keep running.
Courtney Ponce here with head coach Brad Leaf. Brad, not the outcome you were hoping for. What was your game strategy coming into tonight's game?
Well, our game strategy backfired. Number 21 killed us, and we were giving him that shot. We were trying to take the balls out of the game, which we did a really good job, but I don't know how many 21. Maybe he had 20? I don't know how many he had, the freshman. I have no idea.
He had a great game tonight. You know, this is the third time you have played him. Did you think you had it figured out this time?
Well, I didn't expect him to get 20, that's for sure. So totally, he did a great job. Congratulations to that young man.
Final thoughts on your overall season now that it comes to an end?
The best ever for this high school, something to build on for the future. So we're really excited.
The final score of tonight's game was 82-62. Chino Hills with a huge win tonight. They do advance to the Southern Section Regional Final that will be taking place Saturday at Long Beach State. They'll be facing off against Bishop Montgomery. The time is still to be determined. From Colony High School, I'm Courtney Ponce for the Tribune Sports.